So in the world of recording things, I did a genius thing. I did not record. So we have some very special plants going in these pots. I found this, it came with the house actually. There's a greenhouse way out back over there and this was in it. So it's pretty nice. It's actually solid concrete, porcelain, I don't know, whatever they use to make pots. Stone. And then on the inside, I have a basket that came from a fruit basket, a tiered fruit basket. I just took out the middle pole. I might use that for something else. And then I stuck that in upside down to kind of use as a riser. And then I rounded it with paper bags just to kind of fill it because this pot was too small. And I want it to grow in here and then like not upsize it too quickly. So that's where my banana's gonna go in. Banana tree. Oh, I didn't tell you that, guys. Yeah, anyways. And then in this pot, this is just, it had some old dirt in it. We just dumped it into Grayson. That pot right there is Grayson's sand pit. He plays with plants in there, so he got some fresh dirt because it was empty. I know, I have weeds growing in pots that I never replanted. Anyways, I cleaned this one out-ish. I took out the weeds in the dirt. And now we have a nice, you know, it's got a water reservoir, nice pot to put my, this guy. That right there is a dragon fruit. And I've been letting her rest for a week to acclimate to the weather, so her roots are actually coming out of the bottom, which means she's really healthy, and I'm so excited to put her in there and see her flourish. She's doing something. Now, I have to look this up because, ow. Is that roots because she was kind of hanging down, or is she trying to fruit already? Which is sad because this is like only a 3-foot height-ish. But yeah, we're ready to replant her today. And I don't know how I'm gonna, maybe I'll just set up my camera on the floor, ground, whatever. Or up on this post, yeah, on this stump. Then you guys can see me. Maybe, we'll see. So in the world of plants, most people know, everybody knows, and I know, that you're supposed to use the proper soil for optimal planting. However, I'm going to ignore the fact that I have that knowledge and just use what I have. So we might only have enough for one, which gives me a good chance to do proper work for the banana, which means running to Walmart. I was supposed to plant them yesterday, so I should technically run. And if I did run, I could run before, and then I could do both of them proper, but it is what it is. So I have not much left of my tropical, and then I have a bag of typical potting soil. So I think what I'm going to do is fill it halfway with potting soil, put the plant in, and then fill the rest with tropical to give the top the drainage and the air, whatever aeration it needs. And then we'll go from there. So I'm just kind of winging it. This is how me and my garden go. Plus these are gonna be indoor plants. If you didn't figure it out, I'm in Canada, which is Alberta, which is like a 4B zone, maybe 4A. And we can't have these fruits outside, and they will freeze over winter if we do. So instead of letting them freeze, go get Nini Bum. Sorry, Jason's trying to come outside, and he has a very wet pull-up, and his dad is inside, which means he should go get it changed. But anyways, maybe a little bit more. And he's overdue for a nap. He didn't have a nap today. I don't like bugs, so that's weird because like I love plants and I despise bugs. I love bees and I will get really close to bees, but I can't stand your standard typical like beetles and insects and things like that. Anything beneficial I can live with. Ladybugs, bees, not spiders, despise spiders. Yeah, if it's a bug, I don't like it. Okay, let me grab the plant. Oopsies, I shifted you. Okay, me and my fruit baskets, eh? I had this one in a fruit basket while I was acclimating her. Oh, she is looking very dry. Now, the thing I worry about is how well I'm gonna do with getting her out of here. I might have to cut the pot because I just don't want to ruin these. Oh my goodness, that is a strong root coming through. Oh, and that is some really old dirt. So anyways, these were grown by Carabao Mikado, which is a greenhouse here in southern Alberta. If anyone is interested, you can get your own plants from them. They readily have, I think there's a version of papaya they have, mangoes, Obviously dragon fruit and bananas year round. The rest has to be kind of pre-ordered for the season. I think they order them in May every year. I am planning on getting mangoes and whatnot yet. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut this. Hold on. I gotta go get scissors. I have ADHD. So in case, I just want to go back to it. It occurred to me that I might be pronouncing it wrong. Carabao Macado or Macadao. I don't know. Either way, they're in or near, sorry, near Chin, Alberta. I'm getting, right now I have this lovely dragon fruit and my banana, which I will do next. But I'm going to be getting a mango from them. I will get a papaya from them. I don't know, I can't remember now if they have it in stock or if it's something that has to be pre-ordered, but I also want a, and I'm going to butcher the pronunciation of this. Is it pandan or pandan or, I don't know. I'm sure there's another way to pronounce it and that's the correct way. I just don't know it. Okay, I need to burrow a hole for your roots, honey. You are looking mighty fine. I don't think these things through. I just do. Okay, I need to burrow a hole straight to the bottom, essentially, to give her her best chance, because we want her to flourish. Oh, honey, I will get you up and straightened out. Oh, we need so much more dirt. So much more. And my tropical is not going to do it. So, what we're going to do is we're going to infill while she's in there. Anyways, Carabao is like my new favorite addiction. Oh, baby's coming with a bum change. Can't have that on camera. Okay. I apologize for the really terrible recording and like me climbing over to pause the video each time, but this is, we're gonna look back on this one day and laugh once I'm like all set up with a tripod and a like a GoPro or something. I don't know. Yes, pull up. Can you go put that one in the garbage, please? Anyways, where was I? Oh yeah, Carabao is my new addiction. Instead of like collecting cards or teapots or normal people things, wintertime, I promise you I will be probably doing more of a crochet thing, but for now, summertime, while the season, right? Oh, actually, I totally steered off again. I was actually telling you guys what else I was gonna get. Pandan, and there's, oh, okay, so we went for a tour there, and that was awesome. But in that tour, I was given the opportunity to taste a Jamaican cherry. Now, if you have not had a Jamaican cherry, you are in, you know what, this pot might be way too huge for her. And she might be in for pot shock. You know what, she had deep roots. I'm gonna pretend like she thought the whole greenhouse that they have was her playground. And I'm just gonna assume that she's gonna be happy with this. I forgot something else. Grayson, where's my stick? Can I have my stick? Oh, careful with my pokey. Yep. Can I have my stick? Stick.
What?
Stick. Very helpful.
No.
I need it for my flower. Okay, I forgot this. This is gonna be her climbing post because you kind of gotta bind them. The moment they're whatever you want to call it, their branches start to fall down is when they start flowering. That's why I said I didn't know if those were like roots, if she was trying to reroot somewhere else. I don't know how they work. I haven't actually researched them. I am buying this plant and growing it blindly, learn as we go. If she dies, that just means more income for him, I guess. For them, sorry, it's a couple. I deal with the husband mostly. I mostly deal with the husband at Carabao because he's the one answering the messages and doing like the social media and whatnot. But he has a wife, sweet little lady. Actually, I think she's the inspiration behind it because she's from the Philippines. So that's probably why they have this greenhouse and whatnot, because they're trying to bring the Philippines here. But ironically, the Philippine plants are also the plants that grow down south, like mangoes, which I am not from Mexico, but like I have relatives there, a lot of relatives, and we're gonna end up with like 4 inches of this tropical potting mix in this pot. Mexico has mangoes. They have lovely mangoes. And my husband, Danny, he spent a while in Bolivia, and so he also misses like the bananas and whatnot. So I figured it'd be kind of cool to try this and see if it survives. Back to the Jamaican cherry tree. If you have not tried one of those, you must try Jamaican cherries because they taste, I am all over the place. I do not have a script if you can't tell. They taste like, a fruit. They taste like a fruit. Maybe like a very mild cherry. No, I don't. I used to not like cherries. So to say cherry is going to put some people off because I know I didn't like cherries either. I don't know how to describe it. A very mild fruit flavor, like very soft and it's sweet, but it doesn't stay that way. So the aftertaste, like the second flavor that comes in when the first one is, you get hit with that first flavor, and then immediately after, syrup. Like a sweet, not sickly sweet. Like I'm not talking like maple syrup or anything like that, or pancake syrup. I'm talking like also mild syrup, but it's not mild. Like the flavors are intense. They're very flavorful, but they're not intense in like overwhelmingness, if that makes any sense. But it's the coolest thing in the world, and so I want that, and I will get that, and that will be next. And those things actually outgrow the size of a, I'm trying to wrap her around. I'll show you guys. They over, my ceiling is like 8 feet high, I think, maybe 9. And so she outgrows it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to bonsai it, like the way people bonsai trees to keep them small. I'm going to bonsai it so that she grows up and then arches down. And then I can still have those Jamaican cherries within an 8-foot ceiling. So that's, or you can prune it, but I like the bonsai idea more. Have her like a shade tree weeping willow in my house. Oh, and the best part is all of these are growing in my bathroom. You'll see why when I show you. My bathroom has the best lighting. So it used to be like a bathroom and a bedroom, and they broke down the wall, and now the bedroom part of it has a tub, and what used to be the closet gets massive sunlight from the west window, like afternoon, evening sun. It's great. Yeah. And so we're gonna plant them all in the closet that is not a closet anymore, and that's gonna be my fruit garden in the bathroom. And it makes sense because humidity, tropical, yeah, you get it. Sunlight and tropical, it's the two things they need, it's the two things they want. My pothos is in the shower. She's not technically tropical, they're very versatile, but she gets to be tropical. And then I already have like a flamingo plant, and I have a, is it croton? I always think of croutons, like the thing you put in salads, but it's without the U. She's very delicate, but she survived the move. When I bought her on Facebook, I brought her home and she survived and thrived. I don't know why my camera cut me off. Okay. Oh, my phone is low on space, but now I have 4 minutes of recording again. Anyways, I'll finish up here. I'm going to wrap this. This is literally just a wood dowel. I'm going to wrap it with moss, and then I'm going to use fishing thread. I think that'll probably be gentlest on her. No, I'll use some twine, like baler's twine kind of, but the crafty stuff that like burlap rope that people use on gifts and stuff. Very rustic chic. I think we'll use that to kind of help her bind. And this pole is about 4 feet. They say 4 to 5 feet, and then you let them hang. That like gives like the best fruit at optimal height. So that's what I'm gonna do with her. Banana's gonna have to be a separate video. But anyways, yeah, I'm running out of recording time, and that's gonna have to be that. I will give her some water and then make a quick recap when she's placed in the bathroom, and that'll be the end of this video. Okay, so in here is some moss that I'm just wetting a little bit. I'm gonna use that to kind of wrap on here as I wrap it up. And I actually measured this. This is only a, like, out of the ground is only like 3.5 feet, but it's still a start. It's not quite 4, but it'll still be enough. I can always, it's like, it's an inch thick. So eventually I can just take it out and put something else in there once the dirt has all settled around it. But for now, yeah, I'm just gonna, I'll show you guys when I'm like part done. The lighting in here does not do me favors. Now, I won't definitively say that they need a moss pole, because I've seen people do it with like metal posts, but they do like something to hold on to, and I like the aesthetic. It beats a wooden dowel. But also, I made a mistake, and I ran out of moss because I'm packing it on pretty heavy. So now I'm stuck mixing it with this yellow moss that is not color matched, and it's gonna look kind of dumb. So I'm kind of blending the last little green bit in hopes that it looks somewhat like it was intentional. Probably not. And then I'm using this twine that I have here, and I'm assuming as it dries it'll kind of bind itself to each other. That's kind of the goal anyways. But yeah, we'll see. Okay, so this is her all finished up, and sorry for the low voice, baby is sleeping. So I just kind of used whatever crumbs of moss were left and just let them fall. This first bow is a little bit over the top, but whatever. And then you can see just here and there, I've kind of tied her to keep her upright. And we gotta figure out what's going on with that. But yeah, this doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look too bad.